Good evening. My name is Mr. Maldonado. I am your child's ceramics teacher here at Valley High School. This is my 6th year teaching ceramics. I started the program from the ground up, from Ceramics 1. Now we're going up to Ceramics 3. It's a very exciting course for me. I love seeing the creativity that comes from the students. And I want to show, actually, I want to go through my expectations and what it's like in this year during our online learning. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So let me share this with you and present. Okay, here we go. So in my expectations for online distance learning, it will be something that we will still do ceramics. It's just going to be done a little bit different than normal. What we are going to do is focus the first 2 months on creating an environment where they learn about art and they learn about themselves. Most of the times when my students come into my class, I would say 95% of them do not know anything about art. So it is my job to teach them a little bit more about what it means to be an art, okay? And what it means to be an artist and art movements and how it all relates back to themselves. The best way to contact me is through email, rigo.maldonado@sausdlearns.net, okay? The students also have my remind codes, and I posted all the remind codes on the Google Classroom. So we will use Google Classroom. We will also use Remind for us to communicate. Now, this is going to be really important because that's going to be the best way for us to communicate is like through these apps, all right? Because if we don't communicate in that aspect, then I'm never going to hear from your child. I'm also on social media, valley.hs.ceramics. This is a way for you to follow us online and show the progress, all right? For this semester, I'll be showing a lot of progress photos. In your schedule for the students, I will see them 3 times a week, and then I will have academic support, or what I like to call open studio, after school. And then the after school hours, I will guide them. Once we're working with clay, if they need any help, I will be there for them. All of our meetings will be done on Zoom, meaning that I'm going to keep the same ID and the same password for the students so they won't get lost. But all my meetings will be recorded, so all those school rules still apply. I am going to make it that the students have to have their camera on, so I can take attendance. But once I take the attendance, and they can put a picture of themselves up on the screen. Okay, they have to have their last name and their first name on the Zoom. I'm also going to do a sign-in form that I have posted on Google Classroom. So I'll take one role where I physically see them on the screen, and then also on Google Forms. Sometimes with the attendance, I know it's going to be an issue connecting online. So you can either text me or email me. The student can do that. Make sure they put the period in the emails to let me know, hey, this is so-and-so, and in this period, I will not be able to make it in class today, whatever it might be. Just make sure you communicate that with me, okay? With the technology, make sure we have proper technology. We're gonna be very, very dependent on technology this year, on your cameras, also on your documentation for everything in my class. So if something's not working with your computer and it's a school issued one, make sure you bring it back to campus so we can help you in trying to figure it out. I will be teaching out of my classroom, so that means I will have access to all the tools and everything and more space. When it comes to participation with my students, I need them to participate because I'm like literally sitting behind here looking at a screen of 36 students, and if nobody's participating, then it's not going to be a fun class. So the participation is going to be really important in our class, so in order for all of us to feel connected. Okay, we have to document all the work in my class and from the beginning to end. This is going to be how I grade your child. we are eventually working on a visual journal where it's going to take you on a journey from your day one in class all the way to the end of the semester. I'm hoping that we are able to come back and so I can meet all the students and they can be in my class. So, you know, I really hope that that's going to happen. Until then, I need you to create a space in your class, in your home, where you can work at. Okay, whether you put a plastic over the wood, a table, or work outside, wherever it might be, I need you to have that dedicated space to work at. Okay. One thing with cleanup, and this is something everybody needs to know, is that when you're cleaning up your tools, you will need to do it in a bucket and then throw that water outside, but do not throw it down the sink, because what will happen? Your pipes will get blocked. Okay, so do not throw your dirty water in the sink, because you will block up the pipes. And so we don't want that to happen, right? In the end of September, you will all get tools. Now, these have all been donated, and the students will be all receiving these for free, but they do have to return it at the end of the semester or at the end of the year, depending on when we come back, all right? The value for the Ceramics 1 toolkits are $100. Ceramics 2, it's $220, I believe. So what that includes is all the tools that you'll need to create with. It would also include the slab mat where you can work on, a rolling pin, a spray bottle, a container, and then Ceramics 2 will get a banding wheel, okay? This is gonna be all the tools that you need, all the basic tools to create, okay? So we will be able to do this together. You will have to fill out a form. I will give it to the students, and if you don't have a printer at home, that's fine. So once we give out the tools in late September, you can fill out the form and then pick up your tools, okay? But I do need to have this form in order for you to get the tools, all right? And there's going to be an agreement that you are responsible for the tools, also that you can't use them as weapons or anything like that, right? We have put a lot of faith and trust in our students that they're going to respect the tools, because these are expensive equipment that we're lending now, and we've had to get over 200 pieces of tools for everybody. So it's a lot of money that we're invested in this. And so we want the same respect of the tools, you know, as they were your own, right? So you will get a loan agreement with this, okay? And lastly, I want to talk about my teaching philosophy. My teaching philosophy is super easy, and it's based on 3 things, okay? First, you connect your head to your heart to your hands. And what does that do? That really tells the story of who you are, right? So a lot of the projects that we're going to be doing in the beginning is based on you, okay? And then we'll learn more about techniques, but I really want you to connect these three things in order for us to make that connection to yourself, all right? The more you're connected, the more you're going to be honest with your artwork. And for me, the most important thing is that it's not necessarily the finished product of the artwork, but it's also the process, right? Because like I said, with the whole pandemic, this is a way we can deal with healing ourselves. And this is a way that we can work together to create art and to create magic in my classroom, right? Even though it's virtually. So again, mask up, keep your distance, because we want to see you back at school. I really want to see you in my classroom. So hopefully we can do this sooner than later, okay? Parents, if you have any questions, please email me. Any concerns about your student, email me. Again, we are all doing our best in this virtual environment, and we hope that everybody is going to be great and we're able to see you soon. All right. Have a good night.